name's Simon Milson. Up until the end of January, I was working, like a lot of people, for myself in a business. The business wasn't doing very well. My home life was at the business, so when the business finished, I finished at the place where I lived, and my relationship with my partner broke down, finished. Tried to get advice from some places, wasn't given very much from either the local council or the CAB. A friend told me about Doorway, and if it hadn't been for Doorway and access to my children, I wouldn't still be sat here. I would have done something extremely stupid and not been around to talk to people. It takes a lot to come to some places and ask for help. We need more places like Doorway, lots more places. I don't really know what else to say, to be honest. But seriously, if it hadn't been for Doorway, they would have found me in a mess somewhere. Simple as that.
And you come to Doorway every week, or how?
Ever since I was told about it by my friend, he told me over a weekend. I come the Monday, and I've been every session, Monday and Thursday. It'd be helpful if it was open more. I know it can't be because of funding, but the two sessions, you can't afford them. You know, without them, everybody like me would be lost.
Maybe at the end, it was really the only place you could go and get something.
Yeah, the places where you would assume that you would get the correct advice didn't even tell me about Doorway. They know about Doorway, they didn't tell me. They tell you one thing one week, next week it completely changes, and then it just constantly changes with them.
And whereabouts are you living? What happened after your business went down? You obviously moved out there.
Yeah, I moved out from the business where I was staying. Ended up sleeping in a shed and a vehicle. Even when it gets really cold, there's a place called Unity House where they have, for really cold weather. However, they have very limited places, and if you've been on your own, even for a matter of a few days, you can't cope with all of a sudden being in a room with people you've never even spoken to before. So although it was actually offered to me, and I did go there, I ended up going for a walk and walking back to the vehicle and get sleeping in the shed again.
But Doorway really then is somewhere that even service isn't available anywhere else in Chippenham. Even
if I managed to get back on my feet, I'd be one of the first to come back through the door and give a hand. Simple as that.
Fantastic.
What would you say the main benefits of Doorway to you as an individual? How has it helped you most?
Get me sane. Literally, get me sane.
Because?
Because I would have committed suicide.
Yeah, that's because they treated you.
Because there's my age group. You kind of think as you work harder and that you get to an end goal, and when that's ripped away from you totally, all in one go, there's no goal to achieve. There's no pleasure. There's no hobbies left. There's no pleasure. There's no home life. Your friends, so-called friends, disappear rather quickly. So yeah. But everything. need for somewhere to talk to people, talk to other people, and the advice that they give.
So you find coming here and talking to people,
even if I don't want to talk to people, just mixing with human people rather than rather than just getting
and not being on your own, not being just one person.
And everybody has got different problems, but it's a problem shared is easy to cope with.
Is it actually being amongst other people who are in the same stuff as you are? Does that help? It's not just the people that are struggling. It's the people that are here helping as well. It's getting everybody to talk to each other. It's not just about people that are struggling because they can't sort their own paperwork out or whatever, or can't sort their own finances out. So you come here, if I can put words into your mouth and tell me if I'm wrong, you actually come in here and you're treated like an individual.
Yeah.
Like an ordinary human being, not somebody who's been dumped out and whatever.
Yeah. The size of me, and because I've got extremely short hair or no hair sometimes, they seem to think that the security bloke's got to stand behind you when you're sat in one of the waiting rooms or whatever. So like, a couple of times I've been to the job centre and I have to go off and see somebody at a different desk, but all of a sudden the security guard has to go up that end of the building as well, and he has to be there. And it's like, I know what it is. It's because they assume that I'm going to be some thug that can't speak and just wants to bash my hand on the desk or something.
Classic example of people treating you because you're big and you're bold, and they just assume. You find that they're just and they always assume the worst, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah, very often. Yeah.
And in a way, they're the very people that should be there they're supposed to be there to help you, aren't they? If you're going to visit.
Yeah, and all they're worried about is to get me out the door as quick as possible, no matter what they tell me. That's what it seems like some of the time.
So how does that make you feel?
Shit. It's alright if I've done jobs where I've been that person that has to be not aggressive, but in control of large areas and people. But when you're just talking about stuff, you don't need the extra presence of people to find out or communicate information.
And do you feel now that you're quite a big step away from where you were? Are you finding you're on the right road now to get?
Yeah, I don't feel.
Do you feel like you're getting somewhere, or do you still feel like you're moving in little steps? Because that's what I mean.
I don't feel suicidal anymore. I feel extremely angry about the process that I was put through and still being put through.
Yeah.
Because it's, for somebody in my position, it was fundamentally flawed, and it still is. And they won't listen to it. It doesn't matter how many times you tell them it's wrong, or they're doing it wrong, or they're changing their mind when they're doing it. They won't listen to people like me that sat in front of them trying to ask for help. It's got to be other people that don't need that help that can tell them off.
Could you actually name the organisation that annoys you most? In your opinion,
the only access I have to finding any where to live is Chippenham or Wiltshire Council. Some of the individuals are I can't think of the word, not displeasant, but they seem concerned with my environment and situation, but there's nothing they can do about it. And then others seem not to give a monkey's ass who's sat in front of them, and all they're interested in is finishing the day and getting home to their nice little family.
So with the first category you're talking about, we're actually trying to help you. I mean, I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, well, perhaps there's nothing out there.
There is stuff out there, but because their system says that you've got to go through somebody else's system, i.e. homes for Wiltshire, and be banded, and then bid like everybody else who's already got accommodation, so they can move people that's already in accommodation before somebody that's got no accommodation whatsoever, I think is wrong. Yeah.
So Doorway help you, are they helping you with like people like the council, or do they?
They happen as much as they can. They won't, I'm assuming that the council don't want to get them involved, or don't like them getting involved. I've got an appointment in 10 minutes with a solicitor that was notified to me from Doorway. So we'll see what they say.
So, but Doorway give you advice as to what to do, the next step, I suppose. Yeah. Which you think would be readily available elsewhere, and obviously isn't.
It's not available anywhere.
When you've gone from your situation to now, you would think it'd be like me being in your position. Where would I go? I don't know.
Yeah, well,
you don't know, do you?
The council didn't even give me Doorways saying that the Doorway existed. You know, that come through a friend. You know, 2 to 3 weeks later, after I'd already been sleeping rough for 2 weeks.
Perhaps we ought to take that up.
I've said it to a couple of people.
With Doorway, and see if we can get.
Even the CAB didn't tell me about Doorway.
That is well, I can't be judgmental on them, but I would have thought they would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, you know.
I'm learning a lot. Say, talking to guests.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I have got to shoot off because otherwise.
Right.